savage, that's a nice get up. International, rockin' Japanese denim. Enough gas to get you a rough average. How many more do I have to from my enemies? They bringing my old ways back. Back in my day, would have had your whole face smacked. Look at you, wonder why hate rap. Ooh, what make you wanna go and say?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to turn this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go. Hey, easy.
Brees now on first down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Brees to throw on second down. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. You know, early on this year, we thought that Michael Thomas might threaten Marvin Harrison's record of 143 catches in a season. Didn't quite get there, but he did lead the NFL CD, 125 of them.
And he's smart enough to make sure he's attached at the hip with his quarterback, Drew Brees. And they connected on a staggering 85% of his targets, the highest percentage of any quarterback-receiver combo in NFL history. It definitely justifies his social media handle, Can't Guard Mike.
Taking it about the 16. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. the ground. This is Lamar Miller. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. This past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league.
And you know that he's capable of being a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out, save for some injuries, and maybe utilizing the pass game a little bit more in Houston. 4.6 yards per carry is a healthy number, and that was his highest since 2014 when he was with the Miami Dolphins.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
To throw is Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Kill!
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that block.
He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. J.J. Watt in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Hey, kill! Hey, easy!
Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Andre Howell, the one to bring him down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And an alley to run. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Able to find a seam for 14 yards, but still now facing a 4th down after the scramble. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. He He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2.
Here we go.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. DJ Reader in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
Hey, kill. 36.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. On the check down, he finds Kamara. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
First catch for Bryant. He's got a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So 1:56 to play in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. The Saints on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
This is Miller, and he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. From his goal line here, Watson. On the crossing route, he hits Demaryius Thomas. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Down. Flat 22.
To throw on 2nd is Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Blue 80. Blue 80. Come back, come back.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The Texans send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Well, as the dust settles for the New Orleans Saints on this season, yes, a lot of disappointment for the second year in a row. But, 13-3, number one seed for the first time since 2009. Now, they did suffer the first home playoff loss under Breeze and Peyton after 6 wins, but a lot to be proud of this year for New Orleans.
No doubt about it. I mean, that team jumped out right from the word go. Well, let me rephrase that. After a season-opening disappointing loss to Tampa Bay, they ran off a heck of a streak and established themselves as the team to beat in the NFC. The only concerns going forward, will they get everyone back healthy? Remember, Sheldon Rankins, their exciting defensive tackle, got hurt in the playoffs. But the other part is, can they shake off the last 2 years of losses, get that out of their psyche? That crazy Minneapolis loss to the Vikings, and then the controversial non-call in the playoffs against the Rams this year. If they can put that behind them, they'll be a force again in 2019.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd down, here's Watson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball. And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Texans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Black 22! Black 22! Tiger!
Here's Watson. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
Reset.
A first down carry now for Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. They'll run it again with Miller. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Richmond. Two jet.
From the gun, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Kill, kill, kill. Left. You're good. 5-4, ready.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
5-8.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Brandon Dunn, he's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, first and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And Thomas has it. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Richmond. Come back. Two jet.
On second down, here's Miller. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority one.
And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
Richmond.
They'll go with Foreman, and they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Set them back 5. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the fourth, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals. Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? Because this feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice and tense on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Breeze. He dumps it down to Ingram. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a second down. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Breeze. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield.
Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The Saints in the hurry up here. Clock continuing to roll.
36.
To throw is Breeze. Flush to his right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. J.J. Watt getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Breeze to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Well, now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Spins past him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Boy, missed tackles. That could be their downfall, Charles.
Yeah, they actually let him out of bounds there. Instead of the clock continuing to run, they let him out, and it turned into another timeout for him. Not good at all.
Flag 22! Flag 22!
Now Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Richmond! Hey! Blue 80! Blue 80! Come back!
Now it's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Watson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. Third down here.
Reset. Target.
Watson now to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 41 yards. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. So the first drive here in OT, and a huge run sets them up beautifully.
Remember those days where now you just run out the field goal unit and go ahead and kick it and win the game? Can't do that anymore, but what a great setup to get them in this position. A terrific run gets everything set for the final play.
Yeah, so like Charles said, inside the 10, a touchdown wins it, remember.
Reset. Black 99 Philly.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. First throw in OT for Watson. Flushed out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick the field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On first down, Breeze. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
The Saints on third down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. They're looking at a third and goal here. Now Breeze. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Brandon Dunn in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Lutz puts this one through. And we are tied once again here in the overtime session. Both teams swapping field goals on their respective first drives of overtime. So now, you know the drill. It's on to old school sudden death.
Yeah, it sounds exciting, doesn't it? Can I be a little bit of Dennis Downer here, though? That drive, able to go that far, yet they had to kick the field goal to keep playing. You would have thought maybe could they punch it in and go ahead and end it?
We get more free football.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Come on.
I'm back up beat again. Forget the Downer stuff.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Richmond. Hey, Blue 80.
They begin with a run by Miller. And it worked his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And, partner, I've not been a huge fan of a certain cliche, but it does actually apply here. Who actually wants it more now? I mean, both of them have gotten field goals here in overtime.
Yeah, they've been out there a long time trading field goals. Now we'll see who wants it more.
Yeah, mental conditioning as well as physical conditioning is going to determine who wins this one.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. You obviously could not have an interception in this spot.
And nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Watson on third down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Well, what was the term that you just used a minute ago?
Well, especially in overtime, mistakes get magnified, so it's time for us to get our microscopes out, right? I mean, take a look at what's going on out there. That was very close to being a crucial play.
Yeah, got to look that ball in, didn't, and it hit the ground. Here's Ginn. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big one.
And he's going to go down again.
But this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not pump the ball again.
Back to throw, Watson. He's got Fuller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Back-to-back completions, and that puts them in enemy territory.
And we're always looking for that elusive term, momentum, aren't we? And I think they're building it with the back-to-back completions. Now they feel like they can either take a shot or continue to build it the way that they're doing now. Safe throws, get it to their playmakers, and see what happens.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Down! Green the line! Green the line!
Again, it's Miller. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Black 99 Philly! Richmond!
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Watson hands this to Foreman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this.
Richmond.
Watson going to give this one to Miller. He takes this down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. They've had some success here in overtime with this opening drive running the football right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
Richmond. Black gun in our building.
On 3rd down, Miller. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Brandon, I'd go ahead and kick it right now. I know it's only 2nd down, but I kick it and give myself a little margin for error here.
Don't wait for 3rd. Have the extra down just in case.
If something goes wrong, messed up snap, anything like that, you fall on it, guess what? It's 3rd down. You still have the ball. You still have a chance to kick it.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. The Texans on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and goal. Now Foreman, and this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
Right now, you know that the heart is pumping for Kaimi Fairbairn. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.